So this row here is all one variety of English lavender, Lavandula angustifolia HIdcote Blue. It's probably our most popular and most famous lavender that we grow here. It always blooms twice a year, so we prune it back hard twice a year. These plants have all been harvested. They got harvested in May and June of this year. We're now at the end of July. So it's really time to do some serious pruning back. We'll actually use gas hedge clippers to do the whole row because it's quite a bit of work by hand. But I just want to kind of show how much we're pruning back. So these are plants that have been harvested. You still see all of the stems sticking up here left over from when we cut the flowers off. A lot of people would leave it right here. If you do that though, over the next couple of years, you're going to end up with lots of wood. Now when you look down into this English lavender plant, you can see it's getting kind of brown and woody in there, but if I prune it back, see this lovely little stem with the little green leaves? Those are all going to come out and fill in over this year if I come in and really prune it back. So here's part of an unpruned plant, and here's the plant that's been pruned. It looks devastating, and a lot of people think it looks more dead than alive at this point. Okay, but we could even go in a little bit harder and prune, but this would be a minimum. Here I'm taking off about 3 to 4 extra inches. So when we come in, again, because we're doing quite a bit at one time, we're not careful about our pruning. We come in and we prune hard. So again, we would use the hedge clippers, and we really cut hard. With English lavender, any of the angustifolias, you can really prune hard. This was always something I thought was a terrible thing to do, you know, it would make everything give that rounded, ugly look. But with lavender, this is how you keep your plant looking beautiful year after year. These plants are about 3 years old. Previously, we had this row done in HIdcote Blue, and we had it for 14 years. So we actually, this is only our second planting since we opened our business 25 years ago. Again, when you look down in here, you go, oh my gosh, this is ugly. But then you start to look down in here, you see all these little green leaves. These are all going to happily fill in now. So it looks ugly just for a short period of time. What we'll do after we do this whole row is we actually come in and we give it a good fertilizer treatment. We use fish emulsion and sea kelp, which is an organic, and we find it's really useful and helpful for the plant. So we'll spray the plants with it, and then we'll actually soak the roots down with a fish emulsion and sea kelp blend, and everything comes out of it beautifully. You get many more flowers, and you'll have lots of green, not a lot of brown on it. Again, it's going to look terrible. Right now people go, oh, that doesn't look so bad. Over here it's nice and green. This looks horrible. This is what you want it to look like. Oh, here's our friend, our praying mantis. I didn't chop him, fortunately. You want it to look kind of ugly when you're done. Believe it or not, that means you've done it right. So here we are at the end of July pruning. We could have done this a month ago, but we hadn't finished our field yet. So it's going to look ugly just for about 3 or 4 weeks. It'll start to fill in, and by fall it'll be beautiful, and it'll actually be producing flowers again.